Hi writers, and welcome in this new video. My name is Van and today I will try to improve your way to sketch graffiti. Have you ever felt not satisfied about the outcome of your graffiti sketches? Personally, I did almost every time. Before discovering the technique I will talk about at the end of this video, most of the times I was just leaving my paper sketches not finished, because at some point I was totally frustrated. I suddenly decided to skip to a new one, or in the worst case I was even ending the sketch session. So in my graffiti career, let's say, I tried mainly 4 ways to sketch graffiti on paper. Plus one, that's the one I'm using right now, and it is also the technique that allowed me to finally sketch focusing only on the letters and not on the technical means, like the rubber, the pencil, the paper that becomes a mess and stuff like that. However, let's start with the most common way to sketch. I call it the classic technique. You just need paper, a pencil, and a rubber. So the thing is, you start sketching until you are not satisfied with something, you erase that part and you continue to sketch. And telling it to you like this, it looks like there are flowers and harmony all around you, but in my case it is not, and I believe that many other people are in a struggle with this technique. In terms of drawing, I have a very heavy stroke. The paper, since the second 0, starts to become a mess. When I have to erase something, I can't do it properly because the pencil stroke won't disappear completely, and also when you use the rubber to erase something, you cannot be that precise as your brain wants to be. For me, this technique is as classic as inefficient. The second way to sketch is pretty similar to the first one. I call it the fill-in technique. The process is basically the same. The thing that's different is that before your outline, you fill up your sketch in a quick way with a pencil or with Copic markers and stuff like that. I actually use a lot this technique using only Copic markers when I don't want to get lost in super tiny adjustments with the pencil and the rubber. So I sketch with it, and since I can't erase, I have to be precise enough to get my sketch clean once that it will be filled up. So I have room for mistakes, but not super giant one, otherwise they would be visible at the end. I really think that is useful to do this when you feel stuck in your style, because basically you set a line that you cannot cross, so your brain feels a little bit limited, but with enough freedom to experiment something and to get better in what you already know how to do. The disadvantages of this technique are basically 2. There is a lot of waste. If you make a mistake, even just a single one, you might feel very frustrated because you can't erase it, and on the other hand, maybe the sketch is perfect. The second disadvantage, that by the way is a common disadvantage with the previous technique. Once you are finished, you lose all the process that you have done to get there. You will only see the final result. You won't be able to check the path anymore. A decision that you have took while you were sketching that piece, that in that moment seemed to be perfect, after months might be not that perfect anymore, and maybe the previous solution was actually better, but you won't be able to see that anymore. Sometimes the journey you have done to get such a sketch might be even more important than the sketch itself. That's why I really hate the next technique, which I call the train bomber technique, only because I've seen plenty of them using this technique to sketch, which I really don't like and which I really don't understand. However, I'm talking about sketching directly with a marker, getting directly your final outline without any pencil sketch or Copic marker sketch. I don't know how you guys do it. However, the name is actually just a joke because I've seen also style masters doing it. In general, I have never been able to do that, leaving out the throw-ups. When I tried it in the past, when I was into the fast business, I was just repeating over and over the same shapes. So in terms of style writing, I really don't understand why a person would sketch like that. There is no style progress. And maybe in the end I'm just jealous because I can't do it. So yeah. But in the end, is there a way to solve all these problems? Mess on the paper, the path losing problem, the struggle and whatsoever? The answer is yes. of course. And it is as simple as expensive. And it's the iPad, in the specific with Procreate, and of course an Apple Pencil. The digital technique is the actual solution. You have no mess, you can zoom, you can see whatever you want. I mean, the screen of my iPad is a mess because it's completely destroyed, but this is another whole chapter. Whatever, you can do what you want with this. You can also check the path over here. You have plenty of levels to separate every layer of the sketch. But leaving out the cost of an iPad, an Apple Pencil and Procreate together, I have another big, enormous problem with the iPad. I can perfectly use it to draw commissioned works, but in terms of letters, I have a fucking problem with it. I can't draw letters on the iPad. The feeling of the paper, I need that. Without the paper feeling, the pencil or Copic marker in my hand, I don't feel comfortable in my sketch sessions, and to get the best from my letters, I need to feel in my comfort zone. I don't want to fight, let's say, with my means. I just have to focus on my letters. And so, what is the solution, dear Mr. Vent? Well, the solution that I found for myself might not be the perfect for you, but for me, the best technique I've tried is the printer technique. For this technique, I need a printer with a scanner. I start sketching, not caring too much if I'm destroying my paper sheet or whatsoever, because at the end, when I'm done with that paper, because the paper is too destroyed, because my letters got to a point where I should erase everything and so it would become a super mess, or even worse, this is my problem, a lot of times I just draw my V, my E, my N, and then I would like to draw my T, but the paper sheet is finished because I started sketching too much towards the right. Usually I attach to the main paper sheet another one with the tape, but it's a And so I can solve all my problems with the scanner, because I scan the first version of the sketch, then in the app of the printer I basically reduce the opacity of what I've done, I print it, sometimes pushing everything towards the left so that there is enough space for my last letter, and so I can continue my sketch, just repeating this process as many times as I need. So my paper sheet will just be super clean, and I also will be able to check my path. And I know you are thinking that this thing is doable digitally, but I feel much more comfortable using the paper. And I hope that someone may find this video, this information useful. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me, let me know how you prefer to sketch. However guys, I really hope that you liked this video, I really hope to see you the next week if my wonderful knee helps me, because I have pain in my right knee. So yeah, we will see. For now, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.